Hi everyone, welcome to this pick a card reading. This is AngelsCupTarot and my name is Elena, and today we're going to be looking at what unexpected message you're meant to hear right now. There are 3 piles to choose from. This is pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3, and you can pause the video if you need some time to choose a pile. There is information on personal readings in the description box down below, and yeah. Without further ado, let's get started. Hi, pile number 1. If you chose this crystal or this deck, then this is your reading on what unexpected message you're meant to hear right now. So pile number 1, I already pre-shuffled your message, so you don't have to stick around for the whole shuffling process. And yeah, it's a really exciting, unexpected message for you I see here. I see something moving in the work realm. And this is extremely based on work. And if you're not looking for that type of message, then this might not be your pile. If the energies just don't seem to align, you might choose a different pile. But this is all talking about work and your place in your next endeavor. I don't quite see it as the next endeavor. It's more like something that's been going on for quite some time now. And it's just spirit encouraging you in the way you've been going about things, or the way you have seen your position in something. And you got entangled in things that don't actually matter. And why am I saying this? I will come to that conclusion right away, is that your way of seeing things is very extraordinary in a very good way. I think you're supposed to invent something, or there's like things on your mind that are very much of high value and very, what's the word? Like your success lies exactly where you think it does, and you just haven't went about something the way you are supposed to go about it. And you're this wolf energy here. You're this wolf. And you know the saying, like a wolf in a sheep's mask? And actually this is like a woman, or it made me feel like a woman in a wolf's mask the first time I was seeing it. And actually there's just a woman sitting behind that. But for you, I would quite literally see it as a woman. Maybe you resonate with female energy, because we also have Uranus here. Makes me feel that you might be female, but this is totally general in essence. I do not see a lot of male or female energy actually with everything just combined. There's a lot of male energy going on as well, because we have this take action card, and it's very fiery, but we also have a lot of earthy elements and a lot of air, obviously. But I think your thoughts have been stopping you in a sense, or there has been decisions you thought you needed to make, or you've gotten entangled in very minor energies that do not matter in the long run. And what actually matters is the way you are supposed to go about things. And you know, pile number 1, you already know, and you're pretty clear on that as well. But you're just not bringing it to the outside. And the way you think about things, the way you handle things, or the way, like, it makes me feel it doesn't make me feel, it literally says that here, is you have some invention, and that would be so successful if you just went about it strategically. The way you know it is meant to be is actually meant to be. And with the Wheel of Fortune here, I think you're going to be very successful in a very tangible way. And you have this traditional way of going about things that is actually very helpful. And something has to be unraveled here. Something has to come to light, and you have to take action on something. And Spirit is really encouraging you to do so, not get yourself entangled in like the minor and minute aspects of it, or mental entanglement that you are not supposed to get entangled in. You're supposed to see, we don't have that, but you're supposed to see the bigger picture here, and also mentally think about the bigger picture and just take action on what you know to be right, because it is. And that would lead you to the Three of Emotion. I think you don't actually go about things very emotional, but something is, Three of Emotion is Three of Cups, is celebration. And there you can celebrate something once you get the ball rolling. It will do so in a very positive way. And you're divinely guided on this journey. Whatever your journey is, it will encourage you, or it will enable you to have more freedom in life. And success is on the horizon, but there's roadblocks here, I see. If you were to get more entangled in what's not important, or focus your energy on things in actual, like, tangible things, there might be people trying to get your attention for the wrong things. And sorry, I had to pause the video. Someone was literally trying to get my attention. So if that ain't a message, then I don't know what is. Yeah, so what was I saying? So people are trying to get your attention for things that don't actually matter, but eventually you do know what matters. Deep down, you've known the whole time, but you haven't been acting upon that. You haven't been acting upon your actual knowledge. It's sort of like a program that you've been on for so long that it just seems natural to you, although it doesn't, if that makes sense. Like, you just go about it that way, but you know how you actually need to go about something. And it's in the work realm. There's like a lot of work aspects here, or like practicalities to get what you want and you deserve, which will bring you fulfillment. And I think this is also talking about Three as a crowd. So you can expect the help from others, also from the universe, in this endeavor. Whatever you're inquiring about is supported. It's greatly supported. Just look for it in the right places, and deep down you know, or you're guided to go the right way, to take the right way. I think it just takes this leap of faith that your inventions are great, or your way of thinking is just amazing, and your way of seeing the situation is actually right. I think it's also about the way you problem solve, which is also the right way to do it. And you just think that it may not be, but you just have to embrace the way you actually think, and the way you actually see situations for what they are, and the way you go about things. We have earthy energy here, and we also do have air energy, a lot of air energy, but I think that's just a lot of thinking that has been stopping you from actually taking action. And you know that those moments, or the way people try to get your attention for things that don't matter, or that aren't gonna stick around in the long run, that are one-sided charity, I think that's like projects that don't really matter in the long run, or projects you shouldn't indulge in, and you already know what projects just aren't it. Deep down, you already know. You have this knowing, and Spirit's encouraging you to see it for what it is, and to know that's right. And there has to be something unraveled here. Some truth has come to light, but I think it's a tangible truth. Like, it's something you're about to do, something you're about to invent, or some actions you're going to take in the physical work realm. Your whole message is just linked to work, and Spirit's really encouraging you to do so. And with, Three of Emotions, I really do think that Three is a crowd, and you're supposed to get some help from others that you know to be on your side. You know who's going to be practical in whatever you're trying to achieve here. And you actually exactly know what actions to take that will bring the best outcome. And it's the most direct way with Taurus here, and with it literally has the most direct way. and you know the cost of success. But I think you also, deep down, you know the cost of indulging in things that may seem tangible, that may seem for other people like a way of going about things, but you know the right way of going about things, and you're just not acting upon it, which I think it's weird, because Spirit's really encouraging me here to put like a real emphasis on you already knowing, you already being aware of the actions to take and the steps to take. You haven't done so, which is, I don't know why you haven't done so. I don't quite see that, but it's a mental game that has been stopping you, that has been blocking you. Maybe your mind's telling you no, but you actually do know, like you have this deep knowing that whatever you're trying to achieve here, or whatever you're trying to invent, is supposed to happen. And it's an urgent message for you to know that, because I really do think Spirit and the universe is encouraging you to go about it, because it will bring such joy and it will bring such great outcome if you were to go about this the right way. But it's like caution, because wow, literally the glass broke when I said caution, by a candle, by the heat of a candle, by like fire. I might have to pause the video again and just, yeah, I had to pause the video because it would have broken down a glass. The candle would have broken down a glass by its heat. Wow. And that was the moment I said, like, you're cautioned here. And that's a part of your actual message, is deep down, you know what's right. You know what steps to take. Don't stop yourself by discriminating your own beliefs, your own way of thinking, your own way of going about things, and those minute thoughts, those entanglements and things that won't get you actual stability are more one-sided. Projects that are more one-sided and that would just take too much of you aren't encouraged. And I think, as weird as it sounds, you're encouraged to go about a way of doing things and thinking about things which is more self-serving at this moment, because you haven't done so. I think you have in the past tried to dim down your way of looking at things and where you're going, and not wanting to see the bigger picture, not wanting to unravel certain things, not to stir up the pond in a way, but you're encouraged to do so. You're encouraged to no longer put yourself on mute, if that makes sense, because it feels like you've done so and that has just not worked out. And the urgent message that is meant to reach you, and the heads up in this, is that you're really too encouraged to do it right now. Right now is the time. This is like a wake-up call for you to actually do things your way and stop getting entangled in things that just don't serve you. Because yeah, this is one-sided charity. The Six of Pentacles is one-sided charity when it comes in reverse. And with the Two of Swords in reverse, that's just clarifying like a mental entanglement, or by it being in the work realm here, it's using your resources in a sense that isn't serving you. But you've done so, maybe not to stir up the pond with other people, maybe to be a little more, you started, your way of going about things is being hesitant, is being not self-assured here, and that's not your way of being. And I don't know what happened actually for you to get into that energy, but Spirit doesn't want you to be there, because your way of going about things, or your way of knowing what is right, is actually right. It's the right way. It's something that needs to be done. Some things need to come to light here that you're trying to achieve, and now is the time. If you've been looking for a sign, now's the time. Yeah, I think this is like minor roadblocks, and they're meant to teach you a lesson on never to give up on yourself, never to give up on what you think is right, and to just go about it with your way. I'm feeling like I'm repeating myself over and over again, but that's actually what this is all about, is putting your energy into that direction. You already know what's right, but you haven't been doing so. You've been looking the other way. The Spirit's trying to show you something, but I think more of you are trying to show yourself something. You're trying to embark on a journey, embark on a quest that is just maybe, I think you're over the way of thinking that it's unusual. It's a very direct way, and it will get you to a place of status and power. And this is like a very tangible message. It's very self-centered, and you're encouraged to do so, because I think you haven't done so. I think you have been there for people that were making you feel obliged to not see things your way, to not see things, like hold you back from strategically going about things. And you thought, by getting all entangled in this, you thought you might not be encouraged, or there wouldn't be success around the corner with the way you went about, or you think you can go about a situation, or that people or the universe might not support you in that. And that is not true. Like, there's great support lying ahead for you. So what you're actually afraid of here has become a part of your program, a part of the way you go about things. And you just know a better way. And I think you knew all along, and who you truly are is like, even though that's not how it's depicted actually, but like, it looks like a wolf, like she's actually a wolf. This person's actually a wolf, but she's just sitting behind that wolf. But I think that could also direct to, you're meant to lead something. And that's like 3 is a crowd, and here we have 3 as well. If you are in a group project, take initiative the way you know it's meant to be. And I think you already know, that's not encouraged here. I think you already know how to cooperate effectively with others. It just, you need like this little hinge or this little heads up to go about it the way you know to be right. And you want to come to the celebration, and you want to celebrate something, but you think it's not supported, which is just, it's not true. You know, the time it would not be supported would be if you went about it the way you're going about it right now, getting entangled in unnecessary, it could be drama, but I think it's just unnecessary steps. Your way of going about things is more direct, is more straight to the point, and something or someone has made you believe, or maybe it's a group of people, that your way of going about it may not be the best way, because you have to look at all, like, at so many different things. And it's not like encouraging you to not be, it's actually encouraging you to be strategic, but your strategy is just the one that's going to run the show in a very unique way, but it's the way to go about it. And everything else, you're encouraged, highly encouraged to take action and to get to work in the way you know things to be right, essentially. So you already know your way. You're just making some excuses or using situations and people to make excuses for not doing so. But like, your way is the way. You see it for what it truly is. And I think you've almost been lurking in these shadows, pretending you don't know you're not this wolf, which you are. You just need that leap of faith in your inventions or in your way of thinking. And it may be because the glass broke, and that just made me think that this is actually urgent. Because the wheel is turning in your favor. If you were to go about things, unravel things, really go for the things you want. But if you don't do so, you're entangled in all of that energy, and I don't know where that would lead. But it's not like, what's the word? It's probably not going to be a bad situation to be in, but it's just not the right way, and you know it's your time with something. And I think that urgent call has been there for a while in your subconscious, and you just haven't acted upon it. And I think that's all I have for you today. Pile number 1, thanks for letting me read your energy. It was such a blessing to do so, and I hope you go about whatever you're encouraged to go about, because I think the world needs to see and people need to see. Yeah, and I would be, maybe like, tell us in the comments down below if this did resonate and how it did resonate, because I really would like to hear. I think it's just an interesting energy to have, and yeah, I would like to see what thing this is all about, if it did resonate. And I hope you find the courage, and I hope to see you again soon. If you like the content, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe to my channel if you like to see more readings of that kind. I would love to see you again soon, and yeah, bye. Hi, pile number 2. If you chose this crystal or this deck, then this is your reading. Let's get started. So pile number 2, I already pre-shuffled your cards, so you don't have to stick around for the whole shuffling process. And we're going to get right into it. What I'm seeing here is a love reading, or it's love related. So your urgent message to hear right now is that in the realm of love and your emotions. And it's a very distinct message. And to put it quite firmly is to look at your past energies and also see the present. I think there has been some disappointment which just changed your whole narrative and changed your whole way of looking at love, or looking at things that make you feel seen, make you feel heard in that dimension. And I had to cover this devil because it was a little not salty, a little kinky. Yeah, so what are we seeing? We see you don't feeling like luck is on your side, but Spirit's encouraging you to view it differently and to understand that luck is actually on your side. In the past, you might have felt let down by people or situations, and you put your happiness there, not knowing that I know it's a stupid saying sometimes, like happiness comes from within. It's not outside circumstances or sources, or you have to love yourself. I don't think this is a message of you have to love yourself in order to receive love, but it's a lot about self-love and knowing you're not in the wrong for expecting great things when it comes to love and to be emotionally fulfilled by also external sources. But to actually ask yourself what that would look like. But it's not like you just need a little push in the right direction, I think. And there's a lot of opportunities, you're just not seeing them. I think you closed yourself off to opportunities a little bit. I think you still are indulging in things and might quite heavily even seek things that serve you in like emotional realms. I think you're not, if you look at, like, if you chose pile number 2, I don't believe you already have a romantic partner, but I would be surprised if you're not dating, or if you don't have like options. But I think they're not, you don't know if you can trust people, you lost some trust, you're very fearful when it comes to situations that involve openly showing your feelings. You might have been let down in the past, and now you created a narrative that involves fear around these things. And right now you don't go about things in the love realm with an open heart and an open mind. I think you're a little closed off when it comes to that, and Spirit's just encouraging you to see it from a different perspective, see it from luck to be on your side, and there's abundance lying ahead. And this feeling of being let down in the past and burned out by it, I think that has gotten you disencouraged. And there is light at the end of the tunnel. And I think it's not so much of like a tunnel you actually have to follow here to get to the light, but the light is already here. And I think it's within. And Spirit's encouraging you to go about things like dating or meeting new people or meeting someone. I think you actually have someone in mind very specifically, but you're also very afraid. What if that is not the person? What if they're gonna let you down? I think you're actually already seeing signs of being let down, or you look for these signs in that person, and you're taking things very serious when I think you're at like a talking stage with someone, or you're like getting to know each other very early on, like flirts, like very flirtatious. And Spirit's just telling you that if the problem here is not if that person is right or not, the only thing stopping you from being happy is all of the fear you accumulated. We have the devil twice. This is like, it's giving as above, so below, but more like as within, so without. So you project that fear out onto the world in a sense, but that's just that's not what's actually it's actually in the cards, yes, but it's not what the urgent message you're meant to hear right now is. Like, the overarching energy here is the devil twice, which I think is linked to fear and past letdowns. And it's like almost to the point where you feel like you cannot move in any direction with someone or anyone, or you just fear like the next letdown is just around the corner for you to experience, when actually you're meant to experience great luck. You're meant to experience light and love and all of the positive things, and you have all of the resources to communicate effectively, but you just have to take it one step at a time and go through these stages of getting to know someone and flirting, getting to know someone, meeting someone. It's more so you put all of the pressure on them to tell you if the situation is right for you, when your discernment is right about situations, or you know what makes you feel happy, obviously, and you know what makes you feel seen, heard, and you know how to communicate effectively. And I think it's just things from the past that just may not have worked out, that you still put value on where there isn't any value anymore. But I think you're trying to, with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, it's like trying one more time. You are open to trying one more time, but you already anticipate a lot of fear with this as well. Maybe you also think, or you've gotten to a stage where you think like self-love is the only thing for me, or what Spirit's actually trying to tell you is, and I'm pretty sure you well know, is that there's stages to just go through, and things are going to happen for you, and the way you expect them to be, there's going to be bliss and happiness and joy and light and fun. Like, the sun is the most positive card in the deck to me. So having the devil twice, you might be chained to an image of how that looks like, that it's actually stopping you from experiencing that, because you're not going through the stages one by one, and just you're more afraid of your emotions than you are of someone else, because someone else, obviously you can control someone else, but I don't even think that's a necessity at this point. And Spirit's like encouraging you to understand that luck is on your side. And this is like, your journey is very specific and it's very unique to who you are. And you don't have to be afraid. And I think you just have to be consciously aware of the fact that abundance lies ahead and it will be given. So you have the messenger of abundance, which is the Knight of Abundance. And I would be surprised if you weren't female, or if you weren't resonating with that title. And then we have the Six of Abundance, which is the Six of Pentacles. So heaven, like the universe, will support you in whatever you're trying to choose here. But once you chose what you want, it's not up to people or specific situations to give you that. It's for you to decide if that situation is actually reflecting to you the actual feeling you're trying to hold on to. With the devil twice, you may really not fear darkness or fear being chained to the wrong situations, the wrong circumstances, because you have the ability to discern what actually reflects in whatever situation you are in, how you want things to be. And it's not that you have to control something in order for it to go right. And maybe that may not be it, but that doesn't take anything away from you. Nothing can be taken away from you because you already inherit like your sense of self, and you're deserving of things, and you're deserving of experiencing fun and lightness and happiness. And it's just going through the stages. I think that's most obvious here, is that if you're in the talking stage with someone, then that is the talking stage, and that is also for you to discern if that is making you happy or not, or if that's making you more afraid. Trust your emotions. And sometimes I know it can be quite hard when you have been through a lot. Then it might be hard to distinguish if you're afraid because that person is making you afraid, or you're afraid because Spirit's actually telling you that might not be it. But have you ever considered that it's not about if that person's it or not, but how you feel about things or how you feel about situations? And you don't have to rush into something. That's also, I almost forgot, like, don't rush into anything. Take it a step at a time, be discerning. Don't let anything overpower you. The only thing you can control is yourself. And don't put so much value on outside circumstances. And this may just be a fling. It may not be just a fling. Right now, the energies seem to be a fling. But if I say this or not doesn't really have value, because if it's a fling or it's not, doesn't actually matter. What matters is your happiness and you getting what you want because you deserve it. And you do not need fear because luck is on your side. Whatever you're trying to accomplish is there for you to experience. You just have to look in the right places where there's actually light. And if you have the light inside, you will find it outside as well. And you always have the light. You just have to acknowledge it for what it is, for where it lies, for where your light is actually at. What makes you light up inside will always also project that outside. What are you trying to gain in that area? What you want wants you as well. But what is the feeling? Ask for the feeling, not a specific person, not a specific situation. Don't chain yourself up to something that may not serve you, but rather look for what's actually making you light up, and then look for that outside of you as well. The same light, the same happiness, the same that you have within. And it will be projected. That's what Spirit's saying here. So I feel a lot of fear, and I could almost cry. It feels like a lot of letdown from the past. Like my eyes are pretty teary right now, and oh God, like it's legit what you're going through. It's legit, but that's a weird thing to say, but you don't have to. You actually don't have to. You can understand that luck is on your side and that there's so much light within, and it's trying to also be projected outside with situations in the love realm. And you have so much to give. You have so much to offer. And you have this way of going about things that is just, I know where my stability lies. I know what is stable. And you are also encouraged to look for someone who can give you that stability that you're looking for. Maybe you're not trying to gain that type of stability with someone. Maybe you're trying to have your options open. I don't see that for the majority of you. I think for the majority of you, that's really being afraid of being let down in a sense, because of the past. But don't discriminate yourself by by knowing who you truly, like by not knowing who you truly are or what you're actually seeking, by letting outside sources tell you what the right thing is. Just be yourself and then take it one step at a time, and it will be reflected onto you. There's no need to rush the process, but there's a need to start the process in the right direction and take it one step at a time. Take it into the right direction. Yeah. And never, like, you're called to discern. You're called to not go within and burn yourself out with thoughts. Actually, just discern by like knowing what's tangible for you, knowing what makes you light up emotionally, and knowing these things and knowing where your happiness lies. And by really seeking that outside of you as well, what you already feel inside, you can look for that outside and then just take it one step at a time. And don't look for that specifically in situations or people, but know the right people will appear once you come to that conclusion that you already have that light inside. You already know your direction, or the direction you actually want to take when it comes to love, or when it comes to the person you want to be with. And I don't mean like a specific person. It's just the kind of person you want to be with, what you want to experience, like how you want to be supported by someone. And I think it's actually support. I don't think it's quite necessarily financial support. I think you just look for that stability with someone, and you're worth it. You're well worth it. But that also comes from realizing, but you're quite moving quite stable. And you're moving one step at a time. And the way you go about it is actually the right way. And it's actually will bring luck to you. It's just the fear of what if things don't go right, or like Spirit's really telling you things are going exactly the way they are supposed to go. And this fear, it's really overpowering. It's very, very much, I don't know. Like it's being chained to something. Expectations or a specific person or events that are important to you, or you think are important, but I think you're not discerning of what is actually important to you. You think something was like, I think that's chained to like past, getting your hopes up in the past and then being let down and fearing that might happen again in some sort of way. So you put more value on yourself than you do outside sources. But then again, obviously you're going for things. You're really going for things because I think you're quite active. Also, like that's what made me feel like a lot of you will be very active when it comes to dating, or when it comes to trying to meet someone new. You're quite active about that, and that's encouraged. It's not, I don't see like Spirit discouraging you. I think that's just what will give you some luck, is also meeting a lot of new people, and then really getting to know them for who they are. And so you can discern if that's the person or not that you're actually trying to connect with on a deeper level. And just take it one step at a time to get to a deeper level of understanding someone and not rushing anything. Like the worst thing you could do is rush it with someone, because that would bring more of that devil energy, and it's overarching here. That's the most obvious energy in this whole stack, is the devil energy, and you being afraid of things, and that will just bring more of that, more mistrust, more feeling chained to certain emotions or people by taking it too fast in one direction, or be true to yourself, be true to your way, because that's where the luck is. Don't be pushed by anyone to do anything that wouldn't be the right way, and that would get you burned out again. Yeah. And you can well communicate that. I think your approach is to communicate in a, maybe slowly communicate with someone, or get to the next levels, get to the next stages. But I don't see you being encouraged to be actually chained to someone, or just one specific experience, if that makes sense. Yeah, and you know how to practically analyze things. You already know where your happiness lies. Let yourself tell you what's right for you and what isn't. So I think that's all I have for you today. Group number 2, it was a pleasure to read your energy. If you liked this video and if it resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, and please make sure to hit subscribe if you want to see more of this content, and also hit the notification bell to never miss a reading. And I hope to see you again soon. Bye. Hi pile 3, if you chose one of my absolute favorite decks or this crystal, then this is your reading. Hi pile number 3, I've already pre-shuffled your cards, so you don't have to stick around for the whole shuffling process. And this is a love message indeed. It's talking a whole lot about emotions, and I think the past and the present and the future as well. So we see a lot of changes occurring, or changes that have to occur in order for you to move to the next stage in life, or to move into a more grounded and settled space in your life. There's a lot about feeling of loss, feeling of despair, feeling of like a lack mentality when it comes to love. And the universe is encouraging you or giving you this message of there being a stream of love for you. And there being, with the Ace of Cups here, it's the universe trying to tell you that there's so much love around you. You just have to experience it and just have to be a part of it. And it feels like this big secret that is unraveling. Maybe there's someone that actually has feelings for you, but you just don't know about that yet. And there's a secret here. And I think that's in your surroundings. Something is being kept secret, but there's a love to unravel. And it may not be what you think it is, or who you think it is for you, because there has been someone that just did not pull through. And you felt like you had to make a decision, a tough choice, maybe to leave something behind, and that left you feel like you lost a whole lot. And you're not being supported, but you actually are. I think it's a feeling of not being able to rely on someone and having to go the distance by yourself on your own, and always having to change your perspectives for other people, and them not pulling through, and a great sense of loss. And your happiness hasn't been where you have put it in the past. And you're encouraged to gain trust again, and have that trust of a child. In the 5th house here, we have trust of a child, resurrect, personal power. So it's about being able to know that love is out there for you, and it's new love. It's encouraging you to go the distance with new eyes, and not to be held down by past grief of things that didn't go right. It's also honoring those feelings, also honoring your past with a sense of love, and with a sense of nurturing thyself, but also being nurtured by outside circumstances and by experiences, other people. You need not go the distance by yourself, and there's like help and encouragement all around you. You have to just tap into that energy. Like, you're handed great opportunities already. If you were to, I think you made some decision, and that really took a toll on you as well. Someone might have used their power over you, or used their power or power that you gave them in a situation in a very negative way, leading for you to feel joyless in a sense when it comes to love. But you're more than capable with the wolf energy here. It's different in this deck than it was in pile number 1. definitely you're encouraged to bring love to the situation, but bring love to the situation by, I think, by realizing there's love all around you, and it's just what you choose to look at. Let's say you're in a room and there's like pictures hanging on the wall, and you could only look at one picture at a time. And it's like you're still standing in front of a picture you did not like. And you're standing there for quite some time. And Spirit's encouraging you to look at other pictures, right? There's like more than one picture on the wall. And there's like pictures you actually like, and pictures that actually give you fulfillment, but you're standing in front of that which doesn't fulfill you and hasn't fulfilled you for the past couple of hours or so. And I think it quite literally is more than like a couple of hours. With your case, it may be days, weeks, months, maybe even years. And you're looking at what isn't fulfilling you, but you're standing in a room full of pictures that you would actually like, right? That would actually give you the right sense of belonging, the right sense of being loved, being encouraged, being supported. And it's like this big secret to you that you can look at other pictures, which is cute. And I don't know why this analogy came to me, but yeah, it's true. It's the right one. It's definitely the right one for you. So this is the major change. It's Spirit encouraging you, do or die. It says you must. Like if you keep standing in front of that picture that isn't serving, then you're in a room full of wonderful pictures staring at a picture that isn't serving you. And you're going to be standing there looking at the picture. But you could look at so many things. And just imagine there's a room full of pictures and just a few or there are more rooms and you think you can only be in one room. But you can just leave the room and go to other rooms and look at other pictures. If you're at a museum, for example, you can go to other rooms and yeah, I'm not sure where this analogy is taking us, but she's smelling the flowers, and I think you're encouraged to smell the flowers somewhere else. And you're supposed to make like a dramatic change in the way you go about things. And have this starter energy, like this great starter energy. I do also read pages as starter energy, especially the page of wands. And I think, but the Fool is just the major energy when it comes to that. So like have fresh eyes, like smell the flowers differently, like you smelled them for the first time when it comes to love, if that makes sense. Yeah, something didn't hit off the ground here and you had to make a very tough decision. I think you went against your better judgment, in a sense. You had a knowing and you just went against it, and then you feel like it's my fault to be in that situation, so I have to stay. But Spirit's like, no, I never wanted you to stay. I want for you to experience the flowers. I want for you to experience the beauty of other pictures, other rooms. So go where your heart is encouraging you to go. And that's still a secret to you, but where you're at in this situation is not it. It's not bringing happiness. It's not making, like, fulfilling what you want. So yeah, that's all I have, I guess. Actually, let's take some more oracle cards. That was such a quick message. Which ones to take? Let's take one more of these. What urgent message is pile number 3 needing to hear right now? Oh. What urgent message is pile number 3 needing to hear right now? Yeah. As I was mentioning, you don't have to go the distance alone. You are not alone. It says attack, pain, fear, judgment, and any form of separation are merely calls for help. So do you see how this whole vast universe is just going into this stream, is this like small stream. And that is, again, making me think of the awareness you have. Like it may be fear-based, that, or past pain, past hurt, past grief, that you think you need to stand in front of that one picture. It's really that analogy with you. But there's this vast universe if you were to just realize that. And if you need help, you don't need to go the distance alone. There is so many support trying to reach for you. I see so much support here and so much love, like the stream of love supporting my dreams. There's a stream, and that's not this little stream. Indeed, I'm the loving energy of the universe. You're that. You're not this little stream. You're the whole stream. And there's like people all around you trying to support you. You just have to realize that. And once you realize that, and you stop only seeing that one picture, or only viewing that one situation, or reviewing that, looking at spilled milk and not realizing that the future, or your future, is now. It's here. You can just, it's easier said than done to just turn around and look at something that actually fulfills you, and look at opportunities that actually fulfill you, people that actually want to be supportive of your dreams, actually want to help you get ahead in life, and actually are there for you. And I think, in a sense, that like mentality may be like a protection mechanism that you just adapted because something just, you really believed in a situation that did not come through, someone did not pull through, and you're heavily judging yourself for it. You're putting yourself down, making yourself, again, the analogy comes to mind. You're making yourself stand in front of that picture as it would, at this point, get you more to experience, or getting to make you see something that may be there that you haven't seen before that could fulfill you, when that's just not the case. Yeah, but like there's so much around you, like so much love, so much support, so much the universe is trying to offer you, the universe is trying to connect you with. There's so much in secret, so much still to unravel, so much to experience, and you just need to choose that. You need to mentally make an actual choice to go experience the things that actually fulfill you. And that's your urgent message. That's all I have for you, pile number 3. Thanks for being here. If you did like this video, then give it a thumbs up. And if you like my content, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to never miss a reading. And yeah, thanks for being here. I loved reading your energy. It was a blessing.